We're up here, Dawn's here, and Bonnie is here. With that, can we all rise and pledge the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The public hearing notice is advertised there. It was in the paper. Notice of the public hearing. Please take notice that the public hearing will be held Town Board, Town of Venetton, November 8th at 7 o'clock, Venetton Town Hall. Regarding the consideration of the town's preliminary 2019 budget. A copy of the budget can be available at the town clerk's office, may be inspected and interested persons during hours. The proposed salaries is town supervisor, each members of the town board, town clerk, tax collector, and highway, town superintendent of highways, town justice are as follows. The supervisor is $9,500, town board members $2,800, deputy supervisor $4,500, town clerk $23,000, tax collector $6,900. Highway superintendent $58,000, town justice is $10,000. Please take further notice that any resident of the town is entitled to be heard upon the budget of such public hearing. Please take further notice individuals visually impaired or other special needs will be provided assistance as necessary upon request. Persons desiring assistance must take a request not less than 48 hours prior to the time of the public hearing. John Rose, town clerk, Venetton, New York. All right. Oh, I don't have to post the page. Now, do I have a copy of the budget here? No.
Here.
Okay, yeah, I do. All right. As the preliminary budget is posted right now, the general fund A is $440,672. There's a village section, albeit, for $43,925. The highway DA is $989 and let me read that again. $989,857. And the fire contract is $156,800 for a grand total of $1,631,254. And the other portion that everybody would be interested in is to be raised by taxes. I don't know if this number here is subtracted that or not. Probably not.
Yes.
It is?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay, yes it is. All right. To be raised by taxes is $447,530. Last year it was $595,655, so it's $148,125 less than last year. Oh, that's
I'll share it with you.
Now, as it goes like that, Bob, did you want to address the board at this time?
No.
No? Jim? How about, no? Janet? You're just here to report? Do you? No? Heather, did you want to address the board? No?
Thank you for asking them.
Yeah.
Karen.
Karen?
I had a question.
Sure.
I don't know if you responded to my email, Dawn.
I did.
Okay, I haven't been on it, but I didn't see a line for the water on.
It's up there.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
separate. Okay.
Now, the water isn't in this particular budget yet. We've been working on that diligently, trying to, for lack of a better thing, do it right. And with the state controllers showing up Wednesday, I guess it was this week, or was it last week? Last week. We were having a meeting with them, and I was trying to figure out how to target tax people for this crazy hydrant fee. She says, oh, no, you don't. So they explained how it should be done, and so that we're going to do it right, you know. And so we're working on that. They're trying to get us numbers to use so that we can get it in for the November printing of taxes, you know, from the county and all this kind of thing.
So what was the ruling on the hydrant fees?
They're going away. There's no such thing. So, there is kind of, but what it's called, it's supposed to be called, is a debt service bill, and everybody in the district, every parcel or whatever they call it, has to pay into that. And it gets divided out equally, so whatever that number is. This year, it'll be divided by 2, because you've already been taxed until May 31st, and it'll go on from June to the end of the year. 2020, it should be fixed very good, you know. I guess right now, the way it is, if you on the water system and you pay a monthly service bill for water, apparently part of that is for the debt service. So somehow we got to get that all figured out, that everybody pays for the debt, then the users pay for the water. So somehow the water usage will go down and everybody gets a tax bill. Everybody does. So it's the way it's supposed to be, you know, so we're trying to make it fair. I don't know if I misspoken or not, but, and for whatever reason, you know, like the county thing, we've been talking to the county about helping us with the debt and all this and that, if they could help pay it off or whatever. If that happens, the so-called hydrant fee or debt fee gets less and less too. So once the debt's paid, it gets less. So we're trying to figure out how to go about that type of things too. And all the other village tax is pretty much gone, you know, it is gone.
As of May 31st. I mean, they paid up to May 31st.
May 30, you paid to May 31st, but from June on, it's gone. I guess you want to say. And for any town resident that thinks that we're in the budget there, any village resident gets free garbage pickup, but it doesn't get free for the town residents. And that is because we're using the village money to pay for it. You never had that money to begin with, so you still take care of your garbage like you always did. So anybody actually in the village gets it for free because it's gonna be done right, instead of taxing you double. They used to tax you for the garbage, and then they tax you for each bag that you put away, so you're double taxed. So we're fixing that, so. I mean, it ain't easy, you know, what we've been doing. We've been budgeting since already in August, and we came up with the budget we have tonight. It sounds high, but a lot of that is rollover money for the CHIPS projects there that didn't get used yet and things like that, so. If there's any other questions, you got any other ones? I know your wife was asking me the other day, can you go backwards and get your money back on the fees, hydrant fees? We can't go backwards, you know, the village did that part of it. Moving forward though, we're trying to fix it, you know, that's our main project, is to fix it. And we're working very hard to do that.
Excuse me, based on last year's town tax was $6.16 a thousand. This year with this budget, we have it figured out, it's gonna be $5.38.5 per thousand. Last year, the fire tax was $1.30 a thousand. This year, it's gonna be $1.16.8. So the tax rate per thousands have gone down. I know when Matt had it in the paper at $1.30, but that's maybe information I gave at the last meeting was incorrect, but it's $1.16.8. And so that's,
Yeah.
so that's what village and town residents will be paying as far as taxes.
Well, everybody's town-wide went down. The village would be part of the town-wide now, because it's all together. All right, any other questions, you think? No?
Which I believe as we talked last week in the meeting, that we kinda hit all the numbers that they projected in the CGR report.
Oh, yeah, we came in a couple pennies under, but, you know.
Overall, it all worked out to where, what the village would see in their reduction blending into the town and how that would all come out together, it all hit their numbers.
Right. So basically, everything else in the village stays the same. I think most of the sidewalks are already done, but the sidewalks will still be taken care of. We're looking into some, sort of shared services things with the county to change street lighting into LED lights. I don't know if that'll happen or not, but it's in the proposals, you know, to see if we can actually do it and make it work. If we can't make it work, we're not gonna do it naturally, but anyway, you know, we got that in motion also.
So it's, the other thing is, I might add is that this last year, the village residents paid $10.17 total tax between the town and the village tax was $10.17, and say this year it's gonna be $6.55, so it's, like Fred said, everything fell right into the, projection with what CGR had done, and so it's, actually the fire tax is less than what, he projected, but it's, so.
Alrighty, does any of the town board have any questions on the new budget then?
I think we've reviewed it.
We reviewed it, gone over it, got it, put, now,
A lot longer than we did last year.
right, well, we can, if we would like to, we could adopt this part of the budget, and we're still working on the water portion of it. And that's really not part of the town budget anyway, it's part of the, what you wanna call it, the water district. But we're still working on that, we wanna have it done in this month, November, so we have that all done too. And the state's helping us out with that, and they're trying to get us all the numbers we need to move forward on that, and so we're going ahead. You got a resolution number 60 of 18, is that it? To adopt the budget as proposed.
Did we adopt it here, or did we do it in a regular meeting?
Oh, I guess we do it in the regular meeting. All right, this is the, I'm in the wrong portion. Okay, then, a motion, if nobody else has any questions, we'll have a motion to adjourn, or,
This budget hearing, motion.
motion to close the preliminary budget hearing. Motion to do such,
Also move.
by Harold, second,
Second.
by Fred, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carried. All right, that one's done. I should have kept that paper.
Yeah.
Very good.
Next page.
No, this one here, I just gotta flick the page. If I can read some more stuff. With that, we'll move on to the regular, monthly meeting, and we're gonna call it to order at, 7:20. And, let's see, approval, you have, the minutes before you of the preceding meetings?
Yeah.
Did you find any additions or corrections to the minutes as presented?
I make a motion to be accepted.
Okay, Harold, the motion to accept, second?
Second.
By Penny. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, carried. Correspondence on file. The rabies clinic, Monday, November 19th, 6 to 8 o'clock, right here in this building. You come in that door and go out the front. If you're a non-resident, it's a $5 fee, and if you're a town resident, it's free. For the rabies clinic. Resident resident. All right. Reports from town officers. Oh, I gotta scroll it. I might. Oh, sure, you can do it. I can't even see it without my bifocals going on.
I know what, they should just put it over there. There's
Okay, that's the clerk report.
there's the clerk.
And it's on file here, so. And town assessor's report, and we have the sales listed here on all the places. Okay. Good one, town clerk's monthly report, all right. We're gonna do the, Mary, did you have any, thing to add to your report?
No, just that we had those, income verification people that
Right.
had sent the stuff out, and I got them all back, so we're
Okay, so
good.
you're all set?
Yeah.
Very good. And mine is here, I guess, or is that yours? It might be yours. Okay, in the general fund A, we had revenues of $4,764.17. General fund A, we had expenses of $24,071.20. General fund B revenues was $1.87. General expenses was $663.89. The DA highway revenue was $12.29. The DA highway expenses was $44,747.79. Highway fund DB revenues was $17,106.77. The DB highway expenses was $30,375.10. The general checkbook is $47,562.15. Money market account is $662,864.83. Sales tax year to date is $193,719.02.
Must be an extra one. Take it off your hands.
Don's report is here. Check for the supervisor for $480.62. And most of that was, building permits by the looks. $390 for building permits. Evidently growing apparently.
Sure is.
Got it.
Down over there. The storage report, you gotta roll it up there and you can read that again too. Okay, storage, fixing materials. Dr. Murray's name, boy, I don't remember him, he must be old.
The first one.
Huh?
He was our first doctor.
Was he? Then it was Cargill, was it?
Cargill.
Yes.
Cargill.
Hayfield after that.
I didn't
Cargill.
hear- Cargill wasn't Vanette?
Yeah, but he wasn't, he was later on.
Yeah, I know, yeah, I
Oh.
was just saying who else, yeah. Working on timeline for officials.
Does Spencer have a new historian?
Did you read the dog report?
I don't know.
Oh, cause the other one was Barb, wasn't it, Landon?
Yeah, I don't know who's doing it now.
Okay, dog control, there is a report on file.
And code right with it.
Codes on file also.
You may wanna hit something.
I would rather, if you got any questions, I'll answer them, but I'm not gonna, I wasn't gonna.
No,
do it,
No, that's fine.
Verbatim, but just so that you guys are aware of where we're standing, then if you follow that, scroll that up a little bit, you'll see what we're dealing with.
I did, you know.
You know, I just, I
Hard to believe it.
with the fact that in these situations, it's not just me, it's the sheriffs, it's Chemung County Child Protective, everybody gets involved in these kind of cases, so I'm not out there cowboying, I'm usually getting called in by another agency, which this is the case here,
Okay.
so. Barring any further legal things, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Sure. Very good. Oh, you can do that. How do you do that? That's pretty cool. I'm amazed at this machine here. Very nice.
Bonnie, it's history. History in the making.
History in the making, George Kitton,
Oh, it is
in the 20th century, or I don't know what century it is.
Right.
We're moving on, see. See, it says here, Old guys rule, well,
There's 4,000 in there.
Yeah,
DJ, we're not planning, fire. I don't see anybody here for the fire, but, I know there's people in classes all the time.
4:30.
One of our, what do you call them, state instructors is teaching in Nichols tonight. There's been a lot of things going on at the fire academy in Montour Falls lately. Harold, nothing ramped yet, right?
No,
Highway Tim, I see the
Yeah,
report here.
I have a report and also a couple items for new business later.
We gotta do that, right? Transfer that. Business.
that's a. Probably have a contingency race where he wants to.
All right. So supervisor report, been working on the budget, like I said, since August, and it's been meeting after meeting. We've had water meetings to glory. We met with the state controller's office here doing the audit, helping us with the village part of the project, moving ahead. And then the next day, we had another an additional water meeting with Lindsey Brown, I guess it is, from Chemung County. We did the whole tour of the pumping station, to the tank, to the South Hill booster, and checking everything out with that sort of thing.
Everything was fine.
Everything was fine, sure. And Heather's on the ball with that water, what do they call it, quality controls or whatever it is. And he was happy with everything that was going on. Acceptances of office reports as presented, motion.
I'll make it.
Fred, who's second?
I'll second it.
Andy? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, carried. All right, audit committee general,
Total claims for the month was $14,520.16. Reviewed all the bills. The only thing one bill we have from Sales and Evans, that's our attorneys for Aaron Alzheimer's, his fees. We have attorney fees of $4,351.42. We're gonna have to transfer some money. Then they have, we're gonna have to transfer at least over $2,081.42.
$2,081.42,
42 cents.
and we'll get that from A 1990. And that's two, I don't know what his number is out there.
There here. Report attorney is A 1420.4.
1420.4. Is that a resolution to do that?
Yep,
Okay, resolution number 61.
60.
Thought we did, oh no, we didn't do it.
We've
Okay,
got to
60.
we've got to transfer some in the highway. You want to do it all at once?
Yeah, why not?
On the highway, we got a, in the DB 5110.4, we need to transfer $2,028.85. 85.
And that's for,
That's for general repairs. And then, for DB 5110.4.
That's the same money, that's the same money.
DA 5130.
DA 5130.4. We gotta transfer $3,725.91.
99 cents.
personal services, I guess, Reggie,
from the DA,
from the DA.
and that would be 5130.1.
Yeah.
Not yet. You gotta flip the pages.
Turn the right way here.
Now we get it out of either one.
5142-1.
There's enough there in the 5130.
Well, if
Either
there's,
or.
if you wanna transfer out of the 22 for the EQ, because there's still 10 in there,
All right.
so you wanna, Tim, will you say you're gonna need some more out of general repairs?
Yes.
That's not a repair.
Machinery,
For the-
okay?
Okay,
Machine,
DA
we're
5130
gonna need, we're gonna need more than both, cause I got one truck out right now and that comes back.
Yeah, we'll wait till we get it.
Yeah, next month and we'll see where we're at.
And then on the DB, we're gonna get that money. That's out of the,
Personal services, you transfer out of personal service, whatever.
5110.1,
Yeah,
5110.1, and it goes to 5110.4.
right, right.
All right.
Because next month, it's gonna be the same, we're gonna need a little bit more for the DB 5110.
4, yeah, the 4.
What is the total for the DD, 2,000?
Let's see, $2,028.85. 2,028. And the DA is $3,725.99.
Okay, and where's that coming from,
Which one?
the DA?
The DA is coming from 5130.2.
Point two to 30.4.
Right, that's
Okay.
exactly right.
Yep, thank you.
And, sponsor to do that,
I'll sponsor it.
Harold. And a second,
I'll second.
Fred. Roll call town board. Harold,
Aye.
Fred,
Aye.
Andy,
Aye.
Penny,
Aye.
and George, aye, carried. All right.
Just wanted to go back.
Yes, sir.
I just need to explain a couple things. With the lawyer fees, as you know, we've had to consult a lot. We purchased the property in Hickory Grove Road, some of the consultant come through with, in review of the bills, you know, just stuff for the dissolution, couple questions here and there, redone the fire contract, the truck, purchasing of the fire truck. And with our kind of redoing of our codes department, we've had to get a lot of legal determinations moving forward to take care of some business that hadn't been taken care of in the past. And we utilize Aaron for a lot of legal determinations, so the town wasn't caught in a predicament later on down the line. So Aaron's been very helpful, and always very generous with his pricing, obviously.
Oh,
So,
We're just trying to do everything right.
right, and Donna, correct me if I'm wrong, if we have any other legal fees that involves the dissolution of, with the town, we can utilize that grant.
I believe so,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So we'll have to pay attention to that if something comes up moving forward. You know,
We'll make sure we
just
keep
like we
that.
talked about the shed that we had to purchase for the water,
We'll cut that.
yeah.
Yeah, they come out, itemize it.
Yeah.
Right, so I just wanted to let everybody know, we've had a couple bills over the last few months of lawyer fees, and, you know, moving the money around that we didn't have in there to make sure we're doing everything right and, legal and, protecting the interest of the public, basically, so.
It sure hasn't been easy, and, you know, we don't wanna do it wrong, because then we gotta back up and try to do it all over again. We're trying to do it right the first time.
So with the general fund bills, everything's in order, reviewed, and we'll need a motion to pay them bills off.
Okay, how about Harold?
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt what he's doing, but I thought we could transfer them all at one
No,
at the same time.
no, that's fine.
Between the total of the highway, the DA and the DB account was $88,549.68. So the lion's share of that was the repairs, general repairs. And I
And
recommend they be paid.
we did the budget adjustments here. Now, motion to pay the bills of the evening. We we have recommendation from Fred and Harold. Motion to do so. I would do that. Anybody wanna second it?
I'd second.
Penny? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Old business. Purchase of the land update. Nothing yet? Nothing yet. Village dissolution update. New computer was bought for the water billing system is on our place here, and, cause the village requested a new computer. They said that theirs is about ready to die,
I don't
and
think they requested it.
they kinda,
We
They
did it,
mentioned it and then we said.
yeah,
we said we would get it.
But I believe that too can be part of that grant
yes, it is,
money.
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
So we got a new computer to get it up and running, and so that it's gonna be on an antiquated system.
Have you gotten the information that you need
Yep.
from the village?
For,
The transfer of the,
Water stuff.
I spoke with Williamson Law, who makes the software. They're going to come down in December, and they're going to transfer all of the information for me and get it on the new computer and do
Okay.
some training, so.
Very good, so we're gonna be on deck with that too.
Yep.
The village apparently applied for their 50,000 CREG grant, which will help in this process also. You know, there's different things, the town got the same grant, but we applied for ours right away. And we wanna do a study on, this building and the new office building up there to see, you know, what kind of recommendations we get on which way to operate the whole thing there to make it do proper, I guess. And, any other things with the grant money goes, like the shed for the water business, and, you know, the village there were talked about their money, that maybe they do a mapping of the cemetery, to straighten that part of it out. There's a lot of good things that can happen with this kind of money, that's loose ends that have to get caught up and fixed. Now, what's this, working with the real properties on, we're working with the county on the new tax bills, and normally they're sent to the county in November, so we get it all fixed. With the state's help, we should be able to accomplish that. Letter sent for the DOT maintaining speed limits as they are, because once it's turned into a town, we don't want the state to change the road to the state speed limit right through the village, because it's a town, state road, you know, it should stay the same. You know,
Which was recommended by Labarge.
Labarge recommended that we do that sort of thing.
Will the state automatically come in and do that?
They might, you know, if we don't tell them, so we told them not to, basically. And there are signs that says village this or that, might have to be changed to town, or just
Area, speed limit.
whatever, yeah.
However, it closes the legal loophole too for the courts, because a lawyer, quick on his feet, could say,
Sure.
well,
It ain't
the
a
village
village,
speed
But if
limit,
it's
you
state
dissolve the
posted,
village.
it's legit.
Right, so,
we had to fix that too. I mean,
it
there's a lot
sounds
of things,
silly, but
a lot of things had to be fixed. All right. Any other old business you think of?
No, I think we covered everything
All
there.
right. Jim, you wanna address the town board for anything on this part of it? No? Bob? No? Do you wanna address the board on any of this stuff?
No, but I got something I'd like to have you guys look into.
Yeah, what's that?
What do you have to do to get the state to put up, these, so that truckers can't use them Jake brakes coming into town?
Oh,
The decimal requirements.
yeah,
take,
that's a
The-
noise thing.
Man, I'll tell you, it just rattles the village when they come down over the viaduct there, or even coming from Spencer, they're using them.
Yep,
They use them going uphill. Yeah, and it just rattles the village,
is it something that's?
and I see other villages that got them.
yeah,
The state
state-
rate.
it has to be recommended through the village, I believe, that the decimals aren't supposed to be over a certain amount of limit, and that, like 90. And I don't know how you would judge that unless the police officers have a decimal meter in their truck, in their vehicle, and they may have, I don't know.
I don't know either.
You'd have to go back to the, DOT and Cornell and request those signs be put up. And as we're doing it, we should request the sign to be moved again on 34. South?
We didn't have very good luck with that.
No, we didn't.
Let's not force the issue.
Well, that's the only thing I can think of unless we check in. I don't know if the village the town has to pass a resolution for that? Or
I
not?
don't know, but it's something to think about between now and January when you go take
Well,
over the
we
building.
can request it, I think is basically what, that letter you sent requesting that the signs, is we go ahead and maybe
Yeah, just-
follow up on that letter that, with the dissolution of the village taking effect, December 31st, we as the town board are requesting that the state DOT consider posting the signs for the
Instead of
decibel.
instead of the decimals, it's, decibels. What's that?
We got you.
Anyway,
Engine retardants,
yeah,
and you just have no Jake brakes,
Right, no Jake brake.
instead of putting a decimal on it.
Well, I know that's a lot of way a lot of them read, and some of them read differently.
I've seen where they have the limit, nothing over.
But with that, would we have to put a town law in, so if a DOT cop, state trooper did issue a ticket on it, once again, you don't have what's the law?
It's gonna come down to enforcement, and
Right.
you may have to do that.
But if you don't have a law in place that says, hey,
Just have
get
a
the
read
sign
engine
up,
retarders.
what's the law?
Or
Right.
retardants, or whatever it says on
I think it
it.
would be
Come to
moving
a
to
Jake brake.
get the law written into town law.
Either have it say no Jake brakes, or, I don't know about the noise thing, because the noise
Well,
thing.
some trucks are louder, let's face it, some trucks
Oh, sure they are.
are a lot louder than others, and you can adjust your Jake brake to 1, 2, or 3 on most of these. The
yeah.
newer trucks aren't near as loud as the older ones.
The old ones sound pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, they do work, I mean, they're great safety features.
That wasn't Jim's statement in communication, he didn't think they were cool sounding.
Come down to
Well,
enforcement.
3 in the morning, maybe
We'll
not.
come down to enforcement,
Who enforces
Right.
it? You could put the law in the books, but who enforces
Well,
it?
who's ever here,
I mean.
between the sheriffs and the state
Yeah.
trooper.
I'm sure he's gonna.
And then they gotta catch it on their, they actually gotta be able to measure it.
Yeah.
They can't just go by their ears.
No, they have to be able to measure.
Roll on it.
Well, that was 92.
Right, but, I mean, we have a speed limit.
Create a whole Pandora's box.
And they.
With it.
I don't know, you have to check into the law.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of
Right, that's what we gotta,
Yeah.
automatic law, or
I don't know how
we
they
have to put a law in
enforce it.
place.
Yeah, but if you have it all there.
I see that won't read.
So maybe everyone out there. I know.
Big Flats has a noise
My
limit.
Honda's
I know
fine.
where the signs are.
The code enforcement has to enforce it.
Heather, did you want to address the board at this time? Heather, did you want to address the board at this time? The other-
Well, I just would mention that I don't know that I've seen, having been a professional driver for a while, I've never seen that J-brake sign outside of Pennsylvania. I don't see them in New York. What do you think?
Most of the ones I have seen are the ones that talk about the noise levels.
DB?
Yeah, the decimals are not over 90, and it talks about, I can't remember the whole thing, but it talks about the trucks aren't supposed to use
Well,
to be
that's a
above.
state limit for noise. That's the
Yeah.
state noise limit I put on concerts, and that's the same decibel limit. And that's the only ones I see in New York is decibels. Never see no J-brakes.
I can ask the sign guys at my work and if they have put any up, if they have that,
But
but
if they haven't had them in New York, we should start.
Yeah.
They got them in New
Well,
York.
the enforcement system
They're in
is the
New York.
I
problem.
mean, that's the easiest way to get
Up
rid of
to,
it.
up to Homer, they got them.
Really?
No,
Yeah,
they're,
no Jake bricks.
Karen, did you want to address the board? at this time?
Yeah, a couple things. I'm glad you mentioned those Jake brakes. I'd never heard them on Warner Street before, and they've been terrible. And the trucks have just been flying by. I don't know why there's more trucks coming through. And then also, you're talking about, Andy requesting new signs. When you turn onto Warner Street from 34, right now, there's no sign saying 30 miles per hour. I know it's a county road, but me and the other people that live on that road have been trying to get something from the county for a long time.
I requested one
A 30 mile per hour sign?
right off the get-go.
Yeah, and how long ago was that?
Just one.
Yeah, we need to have that's gotta be, let's see, yeah, but the Jake brakes, definitely, thank you, and the sign would be good. And then as far as, enforcement, somebody from the Spencer Village Board mentioned that I know this is something for down the road possibly, but that the police officer there would be interested in shared services with
For money.
yeah, for money.
Anyway.
I do, but yeah, and that's, understandable, but it's just something to look into. And then the only other thing is about, I know one of the meetings, was mentioned about leaf collection, where at the town there. Instead of burning them, which I think you had mentioned, George, the school is interested. I didn't come to that meeting, but I watched the tape, and you said possibly they could be burned.
Oh, down here at that new site, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
What we're talking about, the new property we
Right.
bought next, it's gonna be the village residents, if they have brush or leaves throughout the year,
Right,
they can bring it down at a specific time and put in a pile.
right,
But we're not gonna be the ones to, like we do the spring cleanup.
Right.
We're not picking the leaves up.
right. I understand that, but what I'm saying is instead of, you were discussing how to get rid of the leaves, and it was mentioned in the
Right.
meeting that they could possibly be burnt. But the composting system that the school has in place, they need leaves.
Well, that's a good idea.
So it would be, excuse me?
They can come get all mine.
So anyway, it would be, not only helping the school, but helping us and kind of getting into the whole shared service thing locally.
Is it the Benetton School or?
The Spencer, right now that they have the greenhouse over at the high school, and there are numerous people that are involved in that. So anyway, they're interested.
You know, I mean, I think it's somebody's option, whatever they wanna do, but I think it's more of, being a notification of the school district saying, hey, if you're cleaning up your leaves, we'll take them, and
Advertising.
that would be the somebody's personal preference. They say, oh yeah, I'll take them over there, my bags of leaves, and give them to the composting.
I could mention that I talked to Rick Rogers, and I think possibly one of the issues might be too many people going over to the school.
Right.
And there's already, I don't know, I don't know if that would be a good idea. But, it's something I can mention to him and see what they think.
Then you'll run into a problem of people putting other things than compost.
That's
in a
true,
bag
too.
to Go get rid of it.
Right, yeah, so,
One of the things we're looking at is when we do finalize the property. Utilizing that for spring, I think we're kind of honing in on a spring and fall cleanup. When the village, those who live in what will be the former village, can come down
And I might add that it's available for town residents also.
That's true, yes. Well, right, sure. So we'll back up. We did have that discussion too. We all know that, some town residents can just, where they live, they can just throw it over the bank or whatever, on their property.
Dispose of it.
Right, right on their property, but it is open, it'll be open to every resident in the town of Benetton, but, we know that those who live in what will be the former village,
We'll have a spot for them.
have a spot.
To dump. Brush and leaves.
Right, right, legal.
And that's it.
and one last thing, I know I mentioned this before, but I'm just so impressed with how you guys have handled this, and it could be a potential nightmare, and I'm just always impressed when I come here to hear how much you've done, and I feel really confident moving forward as a village resident, becoming part of the town, so thank you all.
I
all
give
of
big
you.
credit to George and Harold for
Yeah.
putting all this number and stuff together.
Oh my God, it just boggles my mind.
A lot of meetings, and, you know, even Heather joining us in the water stuff, and this lady that sat here, the one that first set up the village water, she's been helping us. There's all these people that we've been trying to tackle to get help.
Yeah,
And, you know, it's been the state help, went last Wednesday there hugely, because we were about to do it wrong. He said, oh, don't do that, you cannot do that, so.
but you've made the effort to reach out to these people, and that's what's making the difference, and it's, pretty impressive. Thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up anyways, that as we got through the budget thing and all that. I know, and you said it perfect, and I was gonna say too, that Harold and George, of all the years of doing the budget, and then all of a sudden encompassing everything we were gonna get after the 31st, we started talking about budget back in August, July, to knowing that, you know, hopefully we can hit these numbers and get there. And with their experience, and all of us other town board members are trying to learn very fast how we're putting it all together. We're really looking forward to 2020, because that's
what
when everything goes calendar year to calendar year.
And this year, the next calendar year is gonna be really goofed up, because it ends in May 31st for half
The
of it.
village ends their business, their budgeting, but also with the rest of the board members and Dawn, just everybody working really hard to get to December 31st and make sure we're on January 1, we're up and running and everything's going as smooth as it can go.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the user fee will still stay the same for 2019 or not. If it did happen to, I know by the time 2020 rolls around, we could have the proper numbers to fix all of that. And, you know, I'm not sure that we can have it fixed for 2019 or not, but with the village tax going away, that should help village residents a fair amount. And that, I know that we can get it fixed in 2020. We're gonna very hardly try to do it 2019. But with that half year being in there, it's just an uncertainty that we're dealt yet, so we're not positive of all the things.
Well, I'd say a lot of it depend on what information you get from the village too, with their,
If the state controller comes back with all these numbers, maybe we can fix it right away, so I'm not sure. We're really trying hard, I'm telling you, it's been amazing.
George?
Yes.
On the leaf too, you know, we're talking about the leaves. They used to come in and suck those leaves up, people drag them to the curb. So I don't know if that's something they could do.
It used to be a county truck used to come over and
It's a
suck
county
them up.
truck, we don't have one.
No, we don't
But
have
under
one.
shared services, can we look into doing that?
Yeah. I'm sure they want to, because, you know, anytime you say shared services, they're gonna jump on it, yeah, well, sure, we're not using that truck today, you know, we'll send a guy over.
And maybe they can bring it to the school.
Yeah,
Oh, bring the leaves to the school.
Good
Yeah,
idea.
I don't know how that works. Does that thing actually shred them when it sucks them up?
No,
Oh, no, it just sucks them up?
they get
I
shredded
can
some.
certainly look into it and see if it's a possibility that the county
Yeah.
would,
that'd be a great
You know,
idea.
in the future,
Sure.
nothing
in the
right
fall
away,
time,
but-
have a certain date, notify all residents, if you want to put your leaves to the curb, they'll come with the vac truck and
yeah.
On the curb, not the road.
Yeah, right. So,
certainly can look into it.
Like we talked about, continuing that spring clean up, like
Sure.
the whole deal that it was.
It's not a big deal.
For all the town residents and, like we have before, what we can do in the fall.
Maybe do the free mulch thing.
Nobody even wants it anymore when we chip.
I do.
I forgot my hair.
There's big piles over there.
Over at the DG, man.
I still have some.
now Heather, did you wanna add anything, or?
When we're chipping
You
the
all
village, if you want
I'm
chips,
working on a list of outstanding things for the water system.
I'll pass this out and you talk to them.
There's a handful of items that the county had recommended.
Oh.
We've gotten a few of them done. The handout that you're getting right now is for
you have one?
training class, for,
Everybody get one?
line locating, I suggested that, it would be good if TJ's gonna take over the 811 dig tickets, if we could send them to that training. There's one in Binghamton, December 6th. I'd be interested in going as well, but it's not cheap to go, so it's up to you who you wanna send. It'd be a refresher course for me, but it's really good for someone who hasn't done it before. It's put on by EastCom. They are the ones who we actually bought the equipment from, the village did. So it's their equipment that you'd be getting trained on.
Now, is there a way to find out ahead of time? Do you have to prepay, or can we get a bill and pay it?
There's a place online where you can click to
Do
register
you
and,
pay, check, credit card?
yeah.
Well, either way,
You have to prepay.
Okay. But we're more than willing to prepay it. All right, TJ, you wanna go maybe?
Yeah,
And Heather, so that's two. Is there anybody else we should think about?
Them and one on the highway, or, I think TJ will function as the main locator. I'm happy to be a backup.
Sure.
I don't know if you wanna send one here, someone.
You know, going back to, when we were at the fall conference, one of the vendors up there, they had the equipment for locators. And actually, I told him to give me a call, he did call me back, and I never did give him a call, for locating, phone lines, electrical lines, they're like $3,000. And a lot of times, we need them on the road, because we'll call to get the lines marked out, then it'll rain, and then we don't see the lines, so if we had to find our own, so maybe that's something that we could buy and we could have here for the highway, for the village, for something like that would be good.
Well, is the village's locators, is that just for the water lines, is that for electric lines, that's for all that? So the village has that stuff,
Right, and it's relatively new, I think it,
sure. So we wouldn't have to
You
buy
do
new
have a
equipment.
locator?
yeah,
Yeah.
I recall it being around $2,500 with the
Sure.
unit.
Yeah, sounds like the same thing, so that locator, if you get trained
If you
on
wanna
it,
go, I've never located electric lines, but you
Right.
certainly can with that.
Yeah, internet.
But the vendor I was talking with, he would come down with different types, and he would train us how to use them.
Right.
well, that's
Just a thought.
this is.
That is that company that's putting it on is who we bought it from. So that's why I thought it should be.
So the equipment that the village is utilizing is this company's equipment.
Correct,
And they're providing a training session
Yeah.
for it.
So we'll be trained how to use it,
Yeah.
so we can utilize it after January 1 for phone lines and wire.
Absolutely.
Save a lot of
Very good.
time.
So the key is there somebody you wanna send from the highway department?
Or
So-
you.
So we know how many we got.
And when is this?
December
sixth.
December
I think it's
6th.
one Thursday.
Thursday.
And it's just
Where is it at?
Binghamton.
Binghamton.
how
Maybe
much
both.
they know?
Tanning Shenango,
Both go.
along with Heather.
So there's three of them, so,
Yeah, absolutely.
we
Rick
could,
will sort out and.
now, is the credit card gonna work, or we gotta send a check for three of them? Okay,
For what?
I've got the
course
rest
or
of
for
it,
one?
didn't all print out.
TJ.
I've got, there's more at the bottom there, there might be more information.
oh, I see, mine cut off, you mean?
Might, but anyway, I got that, that's the gist of it
I'll
right
give
there.
it, I'll get it, I have to find it.
Yeah. Whatever it is.
Okay, make sure it's done ahead of time and get everybody online, and we'll do that. That's another step forward,
December 6th, Thursday.
already.
I
Communication.
just want you to know, Tim, that that's the Chemung County Christmas party tonight.
Is it?
Yeah.
But that's at night, right?
Yeah, it's at
How
night.
long is this
You'll,
class?
you'll get out at 3 o'clock.
8:30 to 3.
It says you get out at 3.
8:30 to 3?
So you're good to go, you'll be home by 4:30, excuse me.
Can we
Change
drive
the
right
clothes
from
for you.
Binghamton to the party in the county?
I'm driving.
Okay, under new business, it says create mail letters to village residents, explaining a lot of things, you know, the garbage pickup things in the calendar year, January, will be free, but you can only put out 4 bags a week, I guess. And don't abuse the system, or you'll lose it, plain and simple. You don't bring out of village garbage into the town and say, hey, it's free for us, we can just throw it in there. Don't abuse the system, if you get caught, you're gonna be out
Shut
the way.
off.
We'll cancel you. just like that. It won't even be a question. I'm serious.
Yeah.
We're not even gonna have a question about it, you're done. Request quarterly
Well, I
reports.
think that more of, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt you.
no.
But I mean, there's more that's gotta go
Oh,
out in
others.
this letter. I mean, to inform
The water bill.
the village residents as far as the water billing is gonna be done through the town, it'll be returned to the towners. We've been working on what'd you say, a bullet? And just, points to come out and send a letter out. I think we need to get it out by the 1st of December. And it'll come out and try to inform all the residents of any changes and pertinent information so that, if we can get it out prior to maybe our next board meeting, then if anybody has any questions, then they could, come to the board meeting
Right.
and get finalized. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's fine. Because, there's issues with the water, issues with the garbage, there's issues with all kinds of things yet that might entail that we might come up to put in this letter, so that you're all informed and how things might work in the future. We wanna request quarterly reports and attendance from the sheriff's office.
They had offered that at the last meeting, I put it out there, I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys want to do an official.
Well, they did say that if we request them, they will come over and give the report, and if any residents had any questions. I think it's a good thing, that they do come over, if we do it quarterly, based off of what he said, that, maybe he's here, maybe somebody wants to walk outside and have a conversation about something they've seen or whatever while they're
Right.
here. Gives an opportunity, for the public to know that the sheriff's office is paying attention to what we got going on, they heard us and, they're doing everything on their end.
If we have it scheduled every quarter, then you can get that out, we can put that in our monthly information, so people will see it and see that, hey, this month you're coming, but don't be afraid to ever to call sheriff's numbers for whatever reason.
Now, we all know there's gonna be some changes over there after the first of the year, so.
Yeah, be a new sheriff, I don't know who they got figured out for that yet.
The undersheriff.
Oh, it'd be the undersheriff already?
Yeah.
The guy that was here.
No.
He was
He's a
a
lieutenant.
He's the lieutenant of the investigation, so whoever the undersheriff is,
Schramm.
he will take over until
More than,
The next election.
whatever.
I, think maybe, with our new county executive, I think that the town board should request a meeting before we get to the first year with him, so he's up to speed on what the heck's going on over here with, the dissolution and some of the things we were, and hopefully, maybe Brian's healthy to attend that meeting, maybe it's someplace in December, so we can kinda.
Yep.
I don't know how much he knows, but I wanna test the waters with him a little bit.
Right. Now
With who, Fred?
Our new county executive, Christopher Moss. So, yeah, I mean, the honesty was, Mike Cruzen was our guy, and he knows all about it. Mike Cruzen will no longer be involved, so, I would love to be able to, if we request a meeting with the county executive, the new county executive-elect and his deputy, whoever that may be, so they are well aware of what we have going on over
was the
here.
guy from Southport or
Dave Sheen.
Dave Sheen from Southport?
I don't know if we can send a letter or.
Feel him out, see how he thinks, he might not wanna come till next year. Who knows?
Well, there's things that, we've been working on
Yeah, I know.
that, and there's been a few changes on the board, not many, but a few, which are a good thing, but there'll be some allies there, so.
Moss was actually out here door to door, I saw him, so I'm executive now.
I know he will come, I just wanna make sure they're well aware of
Oh, I understand.
what we have going on and what we've been leading to requesting.
Right, so he's on the same
And,
page.
Right.
So is it a next town board meeting, do you want it as a separate?
I think we send a letter to them requesting a meeting.
And then we'll have to fix their date, you know, whether
In
it's a town board date, you know, give him the town board date maybe, or any other date that he might be available, and we'll just work around his schedule. You know, it wouldn't have to be nighttime even, it'd be whenever he can do it. I know some of us can do it in the day.
I could do it after Thanksgiving in the afternoon, because I work till noon.
Let's just throw town board date out there or whatever comes back off of that.
Yeah. Or any date that you might have available.
Well, and then say, because, especially because of this, the county going ahead and upfronting the grant money from,
We gotta figure out how that's going.
that, it'd be good, and I'm sure he's aware of it, I'd like to think he's aware of it, but,
I just don't want any surprises in January 1, and then now we're backtracking this, say, not to say it this way, but all of a sudden it becomes political, you know, which it doesn't have to be.
Right.
I wanna see, really test the waters right there in that meeting, get a feel for how this is gonna go.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it in a bad way, but hey, you got a new regime, you gotta reach out with them, we gotta tell them what's going on, and,
That's what we got dealt, and that's what we gotta work with, so
Right.
we gotta
So they-
make it a positive thing.
right.
We're looking for anybody who'd be interested in being on the Board of Assessment Review. We have a vacancy. I think it's Heather there because she can't be there. So we might have to put an ad in the paper for that, such a thing there, unless there's somebody in here willing to do it there.
Somebody in the audience, maybe. Jim, Janice.
Bob?
What the job entails, you have some job description entail, or,
yeah, there's a job description.
I just need that.
Okay.
It has to do with, when his assessments go out, and you wanna come and agree, the Board of Assessment reviews that sort of thing.
And supporting the assessor, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I served on that with Harry Reeves.
Oh, real, long time ago.
No,
That was a jailhouse, he doesn't want to do that.
Jim McKee was the assessor.
Yeah, yeah.
I did it for 1 year and I found it was enjoyable actually. They give you enough training in 3 hours and you sit there so that your peers can come and, you know, with the appropriate information, you can help them.
Reduce your tax, yeah.
Right, as long as they have the proof that they need.
I tried to do it, and they said, George, you gotta set the example, you're out of the woods, so. Oh,
So I need somebody to give me a resolution to, advertise.
okay, resolution number 62.
61.
What that would get you. 62 of 18, to advertise for the Board of Assessment Review vacancy.
What's it, 61 or 2?
61 or 61?
I thought we did. There's 60 there. Maybe you're right. I hate it when you're right. There's 60 there, so what, okay.
61.
61, I wrote it 61. Sponsor,
I'd sponsor.
Penny, second. I'll second it. There's Andy. Roll call town board. Harold.
Aye.
Fred.
Aye.
Andy. Aye. Penny.
Aye.
George, aye, carried.
Any other new business?
That's what I'm asking.
Okay, yeah. I received a text and I forwarded it to Dawn from Labarge. And basically it gave some information on the, I have a copy of the village grant if anybody wants to look at it, if we can make anything out of it, if there's a copy. But anyway, it says, Dennis, it says Nicole and I plan on attending the next village board meeting on November 19th. If you are interested, perhaps we can also get together with you while we're there. Please let us know if you're interested to meet.
We are.
That's the
So,
reading- that's the reading clinic.
And that's a fire meeting too, but we gotta go, because we gotta find out
Well-
if they can help us with this thing for the study. Is there somebody, agency out there that'll help us with the study?
And it says also, it says separately, we reached out to the state about your earlier grant, and they are aware there is an issue, but haven't followed up with a resolution to us yet. We will keep you posted as we learn more, and I kept.
That was a miscommunication on Dennis's
Huh?
part. That was a miscommunication on Dennis's part. He was speaking of the village.
That's what I was thought
Right.
maybe, because I said something that, because it's the earlier one, so.
It's on the village's original CTR grant.
But anyway, I mean, if they're gonna come down to the village board meeting, which is at 7 o'clock on the 19th, if maybe, and I've also asked Dawn to contact them and include her in the emails that come out also, so she has them. But if we could send an email back to them and see if we could meet prior to the village board meeting that night, at 6 o'clock or something like that, or 5:30.
Well, this starts at 6. The rabies clinic at 6.
We're probably gonna set up about 5, right?
No.
5:30, or she just walks in at 6?
Pretty much.
It's pretty much 6. I set up the table and they come, and they talk right,
You use the front?
Yeah.
this building here.
No, do you use
This room and the front.
You use the front one also.
So you
The
can go on
library
that,
is open until either 6 or maybe it's 5.
you can use the kitchen.
Yeah, you can use the break room in here.
Well, I mean, if they're offering to meet with us, and if by that time we may have some additional questions, or they should have some information for us,
Right.
in fact, so, I mean, excuse me, I mean, I can be available, I know that, and say.
I might have to be here for this dog
Be
thing.
tied up
Normally,
with
I-
that.
I was gonna say, usually us three are here for the dog thing.
right, I know.
So,
You can utilize the break room at the highway anytime you want.
And Bonnie.
Bonnie's Kitchen.
No, Bonnie's usually here with
Oh.
us.
Use Bonnie's Kitchen.
yeah, I mean, they know what
Living
this
room.
building is, so if we can.
Yeah, they can be there.
Just,
we
yeah,
can
go
bring
across,
in there,
they can
I
go to
think
my
it'd be
house.
much
I
easier.
I know I can.
So, you-
So then
So what time?
I'll be finding the other dogs then.
Whatever,
well, if they can meet us at 5, and then that would give us then, time to maybe keep us informed what's going on and also make the village board meeting at 7 o'clock, so.
I think the library closes at 5 on Monday.
is it 5?
I think
Okay.
so. So that, you could just go.
That would be ideal.
Just tell Michelle, just to leave it open.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys will be there.
We got keys for it anyway.
Yeah,
No,
we'll meet in that,
In the library.
yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty, any other,
I got a couple items for new business.
go
You
ahead.
have to adapt the budget too.
Yeah, all right, what do you got?
I have stuff for surplus down there.
Oh, you wanna declare surplus?
Yes, we got the old 2,000-gallon diesel fuel tank.
Oh,
We got a bunch of old snow fence, we got some old pipe, some bigger pipe that the ends are, the bell ends are buggered up on. I think we have an old John Deere riding mower still in the cold storage, maybe a push mower, maybe an old pressure washer. There's a bunch of stuff I could probably, that's just sitting there.
You group it like that at Auction International,
Sure.
it's good, and they group it and.
Those old cots that are still there, stuff like that.
Did you hear him?
Yeah, I heard that.
resolution to declare surplus 62, of 18,
So moved.
The
And I-
list, the list I
Harold
get
said-
together.
and a second,
I got it, second.
Fred,
Who was first?
Harold,
Thanks.
and to do such, Tim, for Tim to declare surplus. Harold,
Aye.
Fred,
Aye.
Andy,
Aye.
Penny,
Aye.
and George, aye, carried.
And also, the garage roof. The highway department roof. Because we're still having an issue with condensation in there. What we wanna do, TJ was up inside there today. What we wanna do is cut some roof vents in each gable end and at least put some vents in. And also, we believe that it needs more insulation up above. Because right now, the insulations are going on the ceiling joists. And you get up in there and you can see all the joists. So the heat is going up through and escaping up in there, which is making moisture up in there, which is making it damp. So if we did, cause all the insulation is going with the rafters. So if we did another layer of insulation going the opposite way and sealed all that in, we may get away from the problem with that. The thing is, buying that much insulation, we're talking thousands of dollars. A lot. But at the least, we're gonna go ahead and cut some roof vents in the gable ends.
Yeah.
And get some circulation up in there. But TJ, you can explain it
Yeah,
better than.
get more, the key to stopping that condensation is keeping that ambient air temperature as close to the outside as it is, whether it's
Right, yeah.
10 below or 85. So if we can keep that, the closer we can keep that to the same, the less odds you're gonna have that condensation with the metal. The insulation that's in there now doesn't go past the tops of the truss cords. So it's not sealing that off. Though that heat loss is going up through
Right,
alongside
right, I understand.
and through the trusses.
So we should do it regardless.
So, and Bruce was even there today because we had another issue we were looking at, and, you know, and he feels the same thing. He feels the same way. It would definitely be a plus.
Now, do you put 6 inch or is there a foot?
Well, I mean, we could go, depending on what he put in there, which I think probably originally was an R,
10.
you know, it's probably 10 inches and maybe an R30. I'd have to look at it.
Put it across the other way then.
Yeah, you gotta go the other way and just do a real nice, neat job, get everything as it should be, so you don't have that leak
Right.
availability. So we talked
Should we
about.
go ahead and get a price on the insulation?
I
And
mean,
let you know, or?
We can,
You got
you
nine,
know, are we gonna do it in-house? Is TJ gonna do it in-house?
We're gonna do it,
We
yes.
talked, yeah.
What would be the
Oh,
best?
we're gonna have to, because it's gonna be a lot of work, you know, getting the bundles up in there,
Yeah.
and a couple guys up in there
that's
laying
all
it.
in the
At
driveway.
least-
So we'll do it
I
in.
don't
At
know
least
what
say
was
we
the
need a-
same bills this year.
The square footage and what it's gonna cost for that type R30, 10 inch,
And I
whatever.
would call everybody that sells insulation and say,
Yeah.
look, this is what we're doing, this is how much we're buying, and you're gonna give us a good price, or we're not gonna buy
Well, the
it.
floor, the building's 100 by 54.
So, it's a substantial amount of
Yeah.
insulation.
Maybe not next week.
Which one you?
The next question is, what would be the best insulation?
I think we go right over top with.
I don't
Do you
see.
think bats would be that better, or blown in?
Well-
I know blown in has a lot of dust.
Right here.
I don't know, I'm trying to,
I meant
So
the
there's,
stuff that
you
sticks
know, a
to
lot
the
of
roof.
there.
stuff,
Oh.
right?
It's like grease, yeah.
It's
It's the
past
same
that.
area.
Yeah, we're past that stage of that
The,
building.
foam insulation is what you're thinking.
spray foam.
They did it on the walls, when they first built the garage, they did all the walls, but they did not do the upstairs, because at the time, that's how they did the construction.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I don't think the blown in, I think that's just a nasty mess with that blown in.
I don't think that's at this point, because what that's gonna do also too, is gonna compress that fiberglass that's already there, so it's gonna make that
Worse.
no good. Once you compress it, it doesn't have any
I think the
argument.
bats is the best
So we go well with
solution.
battens.
Yep.
So we price it out and see and let everybody know.
Well, what's our, Fred, our policy on the,
Well, if we're gonna,
we need to get quotes.
we need, he said, where I just had that conversation with him.
Over
you at least
2,000
need-
or
it's
over
a-
5,000?
We had to, whatever, we know it's gonna be over 2,000.
Oh, yeah,
So,
yeah.
it's
Um,
5,500 square
So,
feet of.
whatever the
insulation.
procurement policy says, if it's three, I think it's gonna be 3 quotes. But I'd get as many as you can to get the cheapest price, whoever wants to
Right.
work with us, so.
Cause
It'll be a
there's
trailer.
money to do it.
We can do it.
Yeah, well, we'll call anybody that sells insulation, say, what's your best price?
Yeah, for 10 inch.
Here it
Your
is.
minimum's 3, for the procurement policy, if I'm correct on my memory. We know it's gonna be, it'll probably be over 5,000.
But you gotta give them the square footage.
Yeah,
So,
We'll solicit 4 places, don't we? You know, get
I'd
the best
solicit as
price
many
for
as you can, you know,
Everybody
around.
around.
well, I know,
So,
So,
I got a friend that works in the Ithaca Lowell, I got a friend that works in the Sailor Lowell, so I'll call those two and see if we can, what they can do with their employee
Home Central,
discount.
all.
And
Right.
and then we'll, Home Central and.
I'm
hopefully
happy to
Home-
give you
Then you're
Count.
veterans card.
Hopefully Home Central beats everybody because they do a lot of business.
And I'll bet they do.
Oh, I'll be down pretty hard.
reduce off.
One other spot you
Authorizing
might wanna
quotes,
check.
we need the quotes, yes.
Yep.
So you won't do anything
Your
until
drywall.
14th of December?
Well, if we get the quotes
Because
back
they
prior,
ordered the
you know, we
insulation,
can,
sheet rock,
do a nickel card
and they
and
buy
a
all
penny
their
card
stuff.
and send it out and
Yeah,
do a quick.
I can give them a call, I know.
We can get the quotes next week probably, right?
Yeah, I can have the quotes in a day.
Because we're liable to have more meetings before the end of this month anyway. But who knows, everything's been popping up every once in a while.
So
We're
by
gonna
this
have more
part next
meetings
week, we'll
with
have
the
some
state.
ideas on numbers for you.
Yeah,
All right, very good.
so authorize the resolution, to authorize them to get quotes?
We don't have to do that,
Okay.
we just want quotes.
Okay, all right.
We'll get them.
And we gotta adopt the budget.
Yes, and we have to adopt.
Okay, we'll adopt the budget first. The preliminary 2019 will be now the 2000 adopted, we're gonna call it adopted. And a sponsor we need for that, and then a second. Penny is a sponsor, second? Harold,
I'll second.
roll call town board, Harold,
Aye.
Fred,
Aye.
Andy, and Penny, and George, aye, carried. And I'd like to congratulate Heather for winning the judge election
Congratulations.
and, you know, moving forward.
You might mention that about Brian.
Yeah, Brian Highland's got medical problems, that's why he hasn't been here tonight. Kinda serious problems, and hopefully he's gonna pull through okay. And, I've texted him many times that we're concerned and we're thinking about him. This is a card for him, is it?
You just need to sign.
We just gotta sign him?
I should have put in there, instead of what I said, I should have put in there, get well, we won't put you through another dissolution.
Put them over the edge.
Put 'em over the edge.
And George asking for the county for money that we don't have to pay back.
Can you go ask him again? Now it gets even tougher because with the politics of it.
Well, a couple months ago, he said his father-in-law was getting ready to move in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did, he gotta make a room or something.
Obviously, that's not going
Yeah,
well.
do it.
So I'm going to put this letter together and we're gonna mail it out by the end of, it won't, you don't wanna wait until December 13th.
Well, anyone else want to?
Everybody else signed this already?
Yeah.
We all did.
Which letter is it?
This is the one going to the village
I've already
residents
seen it.
about garbage.
Yeah, I get it.
We wanted it out, said by the beginning of December.
Oh, that letter.
Does anybody, you want to throw in any other ideas? I mean, she's been writing everything down as we've been going.
4 bags per household, 30-pound weight limit. Water billing will be coming from the town, and Heather Gable is the water operator. TJ's the code enforcement officer with all of his contact information.
And the hours and it'll be down here instead of,
Right.
Yep, all of that, so.
Write it up, send it to us, so we can look at it real quick, and if anybody's jogs our memory, we can say, hey, add this to it.
And Mary Jo, you can help me get the addresses for the village residents?
I can.
Thank you.
My wife's name.
I will, you know,
Already asked for 15 minutes.
You've got the folder now, right?
I've got the what?
The folder. You can
I
fold
do.
it.
I do.
see, we purchased it, right?
Of course I do.
They're well worth the money.
What kind of
Absolutely.
folder?
You put in a ream of paper that folds them in
Oh, sure, yeah, I know
60
what you
seconds,
mean.
yeah.
Yeah, you can do, does it do a ream, is what it does?
I think it was just how it
Good.
Save a lot of time.
Fold them right for the
Trifold.
triangle.
Yeah, it just runs in right.
Wow.
Any other new business? Heather, you got anything?
I probably do, but I'm at a loss right now.
All right, that's all right. Okay, last chance for anybody, I'll give everybody another shot. Yes,
I just like,
You shouldn't have done that.
I know, when you said that, I was like,
I mean, maybe I'm not supposed to be asking, but like with the building down there with the condensation, there's no point in talking to somebody if that's really the,
that's what
with
caused,
the additional, insulation, is that
Insulation.
gonna,
That'll fix it.
resolve it?
that'll
That
definitely
will
fix it.
definitely resolve it.
Yep.
That was my only.
well, I think,
And the building, it costs a lot of money to build it, so we might as well get it
Right.
fixed properly. proper to save it, so.
I mean, I agree with that, but I'm just
It's
wondering
okay
if, is
for a highway
that gonna-
barn, but now that it's a highway facility, we gotta fix it.
Well,
Highway department.
I mean, I'm in agreement, but I'm just wondering if, you know,
Right.
is that gonna resolve the issue that's going on now?
It definitely will.
Good.
Thanks for your input. Motion adjourned, or we're done?
No, I guess I'm.
I'll make the motion.
Donna ain't here.
I'll make the motion.
Fred, second?
Yep.
I'll second it.
Andy, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carried.